Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day to Encik Muhammad Haziq Ashraf bin Razali. We are from Group 20, Section 3 for subject BIT 34103 Mobile Application Development. Today, our group will be presenting about our project presentation which is called SmartBite, AI-driven recipe generation for sustainable student dining. For our team members, we have Muhammad Wafiq bin Amrin as a leader. 2. Wan Muhammad Hakim bin Wan Muhammad Rizwan. 3. Ahmad Ikhwan bin Ahmad Karun Nizam. 4. Aziz Akmal bin Liman. 5. Muhammad Syahmi Zarif bin Zul. 6. Muhammad Aiman Fikri bin Azani Bahtia. And last but not least, Muhammad Ahmed Ali Nasir Al-Hamidi. So for content for our presentation today, we'll be cover 9 topic, which is first, interaction and problem statement. 2. Objective and scope. 3. Related works. 4. Methodology that we use. 5. System design and architecture. 6. UI design and features. 7. Result and discussion. 8. Conclusion and future work. And last but not least, mobile application demonstration, where we will demonstrate our SmartBite. So for the introduction, let's look at the critical issue happening right in our backyards. Every single day, Malaysia generates a staggering 17,000 tons of food waste, and unfortunately, university students are among the biggest contributor to this problem, with up to 40% of their food purchasing being thrown away completely unused. This waste stems from distinct student challenges, including busy schedule, tight budgets, and limited cooking skills, which often leads to a heavy reliance on a fast food or poor nutrition food. Furthermore, students tend to buy a perishable bulk without proper inventory tracking, resulting in an increased risk of non-communicable disease NCDs like diabetes and cardiovascular disease due to a poor diet. When looking at the current market, there is a clear gap in existing apps. They're either only a track calories or suggested recipe, but never both. And none of them consider what ingredients a student already owns in their kitchen. There simply isn't an app that successfully combines a pantry tracking, AI recipe, and student budgeting into one cohesive tool. That's exactly why we created SmartBite. Designed specifically for UTHM students, SmartBite utilizes the Sponucular AI to generate personalized recipe recommendation. By doing so, it directly reduces food waste while simultaneously improving student nutrition, all built on a robust Flutter and Firebase backend to ensure a seamless mobile experience.
The main problem is that many students have limited time, limited budgets, and limited cooking skills. Because of this, they many eat fast food often and waste food at home. Also, many apps only track calories or only suggest recipes. They do not combine everything in one app for a student. This project has 3 main objectives. First, to design simple and user-friendly mobile application. Second, to develop an AI-powered recipes application using Flutter and Firebase. Third, to test the application with UTHM students and collect feedback. The application is designed mainly for UTHM students using Android devices. For related works, we compared SmartBite with other apps. These apps are useful, but they don't have all features together. SmartBite combines everything in one app. It helps students manage food and reduce food waste.
Next, we move to methodology. We use waterfall methodology to build an SmartBite system. First, requirement analysis. The team interviews UTHM students to understand their dietary, budgetary, and time constraint. This data is used to define core app features like user authentication, pantry tracking, and AI receipt generation to address students' needs directly. Second, system design. This phase maps out the system architecture, defining how the Flutter front-end connects with the Firebase backend. Developers design the data flow linking the user's pantry ingredients to Firebase and the Sponucular Nutrition's API. while designers use Figma to create material designs prototype. Third, implementation. Developers turn design into a functional app by using the Flutter SDK and Dart to build the user interface and navigation. Concurrently, the backend teams sets up Firebase authentication and the pantry database schema, while integrating this vernacular API to parse ingredient and generate personalized recipes. Fourth, verification. A select group of UTHM students test the completed prototype during a community alpha testing phase. The goal is to evaluate user friendliness and identify any technical bugs, user interface friction, or external API connection errors. And lastly, maintenance. Developers refine the system by fixing bugs, optimizing performance, and finalizing technical documentation. While the project ends at the prototype stage, this stage ensures the code base is clean, stable, and ready for future upgrades or expansion.
SmartBite system is built using a three-tier architecture consisting of a client tier, service tier, and a data tier. This architecture separates the user interface, business logic, and data management to improve scalability, security, and maintainability. In the client tier, the mobile application is developed using Flutter's SDK and Dart with a responsive material design interface that support Android 9.0 and above. User can access core features such as profile management, pantry tracking, and receipt browsing through dedicated screen. The service tier handles the application, business logic, and AI processing. Firebase AI logic together with the Spinacular Nutrition API is used to analyze available ingredient and generate personalized receipt, nutritional information, and meal macros. Finally, the data tier is responsible for secure data storage and authentication. Firebase authentication manage use access while Firebase real-time database store user profile, pantry item generate receipt, and meal plans. Overall, the workflow allow user to interact with the Flutter app, the AI service to process ingredient and generate recommendation, and Firebase to securely persist all data.
Next, we move to system requirements. First, functional requirements. User authentication. Register news account securely using student email addresses and authorization tokens upon login via Firebase authentication. Next, profile and preference management. Allows user to set up profiles, input dietary preference or allergies, and track personalized biometric targets and daily calorie goals. Next, pantry and inventory management provides an interface to add, edit, or delete pantry items while categorizing ingredients and monitoring quantities and expiration dates to prevent waste. Next, AI receipt generation. Use Firebase logic to push pantry ingredients to Spinacular for tailored cooking instruction while automatically filtering out user allergies. Next, nutrients and calorie accounting. Analyze the nutrients composition of generate recipes using the Spinacular API and automatically subtracts calories and macros from the user's daily goal. And lastly, multimedia content integrates helpful video tutorials and visual step-by-step cooking instruction directly within the app screens. And next, non-functional requirements. Performance. Loads application screens within 2 seconds and generates AI receipt within 5 seconds under standard network conditions. Next, reliability. Maintains a 99.5% backend uptime and utilize Firebase data persistent to prevent data loss during intermittent network disconnection. Next, security. Encrypts user credential and biometric profile using Firebase JWT and restrict data modification privilege strictly to the authenticated owner. Next, usability. Employs a clean material design interface where primary modules are accessibly within 2 tabs from the dashboard. Next, compatibility. natively supports Android 9.0 and higher while dynamically scaling the layout across various smartphone screens resolutions. And lastly, scalability scales the Firebase data smoothly to handle concurrent connection from the UTHM students population without processing lag.
So now let's talk about our UI design and features, which is app's main function. First, we have a pantry page. On this page, we have an add item button. It's shown for users to enter what items they have. And on the search bar, users can search for items that they want to insert. If the item is not listed, users can manually insert it themselves. This page can also act as digital fridge on this application. So after user has insert their item that have in a home at the pantry page, they will go to the next page, which is the recipes page, and then they can search for the menu that they can do with the items that they have inserted on the pantry page. But that is only for unsubscribed user, which is they need to search one by one for what they need and what they can do with the recipes that we provide in our apps. Different with the unsubscribed user and subscribed user, which is subscribed user will be use the Spunakula AI. So in addition, users who subscribes can use AI from Spunakula, which already has a ready-made menu, and users just need to enter the ingredients and it will be a menu based on Spunakula menu list. So it is easier for users to make food based on recipe given by AI instead of having to search and choose from many recipes that may not have enough ingredients. Next is for the meal planner page, is for users to set the menu they want to make on what day and date and for breakfast, lunch and dinner. So it's easier for them to plan and buy ingredients before cooking.
This slide highlights the clean, modern interface of our authentication and home dashboard. The dark header clearly anchors the title, while the light cut for each features make them visually distinct and easy to read. Icons provide visual cues, helping users quickly identify each section. The circular image balances the layout, creating an overwhelming feel. Overall, this design is intuitive, organized, and approachable, ensuring users immediately feel oriented when they log. Here, we use structured two-column layout to separate pantry management from the AI result generator. Each section uses color code-based card to maintain hierarchy and guide the user visually. Run the icon add engagement and flow diagram in the AI generator clearly shows the process from pantry item to personalized recipes. This design balances multiple functionalities without overwhelming the users, making it both informative and visually clean. This slide demonstrates a split panel layout with the meal planner on the left and the user profile on the right. Consistent cut, styles, and color accents highlight key sections like dietary preference and account setting. Effective use of whitespace reduce clutter, and the parallel layout make navigation natural. The design ensures clarity, usability, and smooth visual flow, allowing users to plan meal and manage their profile
effortlessly. Database for our project, which use Convex database that is easy to set up for any mobile application programming. So, Convex database was used because it is a non-SQL script which doesn't use any SQL programming. So, it is easy to configure directly into any application programming. For our project, we have 5 tables, which are goal, meal plans, pantry items, recipes, and lastly users. And I will walk through all of the 5 tables, and I will start with the goals tables. So first of all, goal tables have 6 schemas, which are ID, created at, key calorie, name, user ID, and creation time. So this is where the user are able to set their own calorie depends on what food intake they want to eat for a day. Next, for table meal plans, which is ID, breakfast, created at, date, dinner, lunch, notes, snacks, total calories, updated at, user ID, and creation time. Full information, this is our main function for displaying the food choices based on user input. As you can see, on dinner and lunch, it shows an image URL, which will display a picture of foods that has been imputed by the user. Next is pantry items. For pantry items, we have ID, category, updated at, created at, expiry date, image URL, name, quantity, storage type, unit, updated at, user ID, and creation time. So for pantry items, when the user want to impute or store any products that they purchase from any kind of grocery stores, and they want to keep track of the gallery of the products, expiry of the products, and how many products they bought, so that they know when the product will finish. At this table, it also able to display and receive image URL from the user and also their names of the product. Next is recipe, which has ID, cook, time, minutes, created at, description, image URL, ingredients, instruction, is saved, nutrition prep time minutes, servings, sauce, spooner cooler ID, and text updated at, user ID, video URL, and lastly creation time. So this is where the main function of our AI generation recipe functions. The system uses the Spoon AI that has already manually inside this Spoonacle API to display to the user that has already been imputed by the user. Lastly is the users table, which has ID, avatar URL, calorie goal, created at, date of birth, dietary preference, email, Firebase UID, food allergies, have goals, is premium, name, phone number, premium activated, updated at, and creation type. For the users, this is where all the information about the users that has already been registered to the system will be stored. If you are curious, what is the relation of the Firebase and the Convex? We use Firebase as the authentication that the user detail will first stored, and the information from the Firebase will be passed directly into the Convex of the users table using the Firebase UID. So this is the authentication project that we use, which is Firebase. So for authentication, we use Firebase, and for database, we use Convex that is connected directly into the Firebase. So Firebase function here is to check whether the user has already been registered. And if the user has already been registered, it will grant the access of the users to log in into the application of the SmartBite.
The SmartBite project successfully meets its core requirement by delivering a fully functional prototype that combines mobile development, AI integration, and nutrition management. The application provides a responsive Flutter or Dart interface with biometric onboarding and real-time pantry tracking, ensuring a smooth and practical user experience. AI capabilities are integrated through Firebase AI logic and a Spoonacle API, enabling the system to transform aspiring pantry ingredient into a personalized nutrition-aware cooking instruction. The project also includes comprehensive nutrition tracking features such as automatic macro calculation, daily calorie reduction, and dietary restriction check to support healthier and safer meal choice.
Based on our project, we discovered 6 key findings, which is first, alpha testing confirmed a significant usability and functional efficiency among UTHM students. 2, Firebase AI logic plus Spoonacle integration successfully converts pantry leftover into nutritious meals. 3, the 3-tier architecture deliverable reliable real-time synchronization across all Firebase services. 4, material design UI achieve intuitive navigation, key module reachable within 2 taps. 5. Premium monetization model validate as a commercially viable and student affordable. 6. SmartBite effectively bridge the gap between nutritional awareness and practical action. So to conclude our project, SmartBite demonstrate how mHealth and AI can address interconnected nutritional, financial, and environmental challenges for the university demographic. By integrating recipe generation with a real-time pantry tracking, SmartBite effectively converts leftover ingredients into healthy, budget-conscious meals, reducing organic waste and promoting dietary autonomy. For future development, we want to expand to iOS platform, which is cross-platform Flutter, add computer vision for automatic ingredient scanning, deploy to other Malaysian public universities, and last but not least, to partner with the campus cafeterias for ingredient sourcing.
So first of all, the user need to create their own account and by inputting their own name, email, password and confirm password. Next, after they have already created their account, it will directly goes into their menu page, which is the home page. So they can also be able to search, edit their to-do goals, go directly into any of the menu, which is planner, pantry, or recipes, and have their look into the saved recipes. Next is the pantry page, where all the ingredients of the purchase from the grocery store will be able to store. And this is the My Account page. So the users on the home page will be able to edit their own to-do goals. So for example, we change the daily habits or edit any daily habits, which is eat. The users will be able to also add their own calorie for their own target goals for today. So as you can see, it appears on the to-do goal. And next to the pantry, the user will be able to also search any ingredients that they like or saved. First, they need to add their items of the ingredients that they already bought or they have. So for example, they have categories for the item, which is vegetables and others. And they also can input the item name, which in this case is tomato. And their quantity, unit, storage type, fresh, dry, frozen, and their expiry date. So they'll be able to keep track of their own ingredients and add to pantry button. So it shows that the tomato will be expired by tomorrow when the user had already imputed their own expiry date. The user can also be able to choose from the gallery of the photo or take a photo of their own ingredients item. So let's say for this case we add potato, quantity 3, unit gram, storage type, and set the expiry date. So it will be look like this. They will show the grams and expiry date. So if we search, it shows the current item name. And there will also be a list button that can be filtered. Next is the recipe page, which the user can browse their own recipes on this page. Let's say if they want to eat something, they can also search anything on this page. So for example, chicken. And the list will show and display numerous recipes of chicken, and the users will be able to save the recipes also. So let's say the user wants chicken crispy, it will show the crispy buttermilk fried chicken, and they will be able to save many recipes, be able to save. And also, this is our AI recipe generator, which the user need to pay RMB ringgit. So the recipes will be able to display in the home page under the save recipes. So this is a meal planner where the user will be able to save their recipes for today and when they want to eat the recipes or the food. So there will be a calendar that can save the meal. Next is the Me profile, which is the main of the profile account that can be changed, their own phone number and anything. So full name, phone number, date of birth, have dietary preferences. So for example, we are changing the phone number, we are adding the date of birth, and they can also change their password. So on this page, we are trying to buy the AI recipe generator from 10 ringgit, and it will display the link to the payment function. So first of all, this is our AI recipe generator page after the user has already paid the RM10 ringgit for the premium. So if the user want to add any available ingredients, and the AI will show the menu that the user would like to save, which is the cauliflower, and they can also be saved and shown under the save recipe on the menu page. It will show the ingredients and instructions of the cooking method. And let's say they want to add any available ingredients from their pantry, or any maybe from directly into the search on add an ingredient. It will display the filtered, and the AI will directly tell the menu what type of menu that the user wants to eat today. Maybe black pepper, salt, and the user press the button, it will show the instructions bread omelette. So let's say they want to add any ingredients. Tomato, potatoes, and it will show the currently potato chips. So this is where the AI will show a display to the user, which is the menu AI generation. So it will save under the recipes. So this is the page where the recipes display the browse recipes. And the saved recipes can also be opened and check again their instructions on the method of the cooking. So that is all from our demonstration. Thank you.